Hello and welcome to today's video. This is the August TBR video, and as kind of fitting with tradition, Jay has picked out my August TBR.
I have.
So quickly, there are two readathons that I'm partaking in during August. This is the full moon readathon and also the autumn Orilium readathon. So I will talk about those once I've let Jay go, because I'm not going to make him sit here and sit through that.
That's very kind of you.
But Jay, basically a few days ago, I'll insert a clip, I sent him an image and asked him to pick out 8 books for me, 4 of which will fulfil 4 of the prompts from the full moon readathon, and 4 of which are just completely free for all, pick what you want. So that's the basics of it. I'll insert that footage now. Hello, it's very late at night. I'm going away in a few days, and when I get back it'll be time to record my August TBR. Now I'm just about to send Jay an image that you'll be seeing on screen right now, and once I've pressed send, I'm going to turn around to Jay and we're going to see his reaction. So yeah, hopefully this is this month's TBR. You may read out loud if you wish.
Okay, Jay, your mission, if you choose to accept it, select 8 books from my TBR shelves for me to read in August. Please select 4 books that fulfil these prompts. As in 1 book for each prompt, or 4 books that fit all 4?
1 book for each prompt.
Okay. It has so one of them has to be between 206 and 300 pages. One of them has to have fire involved. One needs to have blood in the title or cover. And one needs to have a morally grey character. How am I going to know which of your books?
Keep reading.
Then, please select 4 more books. These can be any books at all. Ones you think I should read, ones you think sound interesting, ones with covers you like, or literally anything. Thank you in advance. P.S. Please record anything interesting in your decision-making process for me to include in the video, but don't worry about recording loads, as we can do. Sit down where you show me the books you've picked and tell me why. PPS, you can see how many pages are in books by logging on to Goodreads and looking at my physical TBR shelf. It should be pretty accurate, and there are probably lists online of morally grey characters.
Do you accept?
I'll let you know in the morning.
Oh.
Is it? I mean...
Okay. So yeah, as you saw, Jay did eventually agree to that. And you did some filming today.
I did.
When you were picking out, did you film for like each individual book, or did you just film one big bit?
Somewhere in between. Lots of little clips.
I'll insert the footage as we go. I'll figure out what Jay recorded and insert it as and when of him picking out the books. But yeah, that is the very, very basics of it. So obviously we will go over some of the prompts as Jay's talking about the books he's picked, because they fulfill the prompts, but I'll go over it fully and show you how I'm going to fulfill everything I need to fulfill once we've done what's actually on my official TBR. So I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. What?
Well, there's only 1 book that I've noticed, well, I think it's probably missing. Jay could have just moved it elsewhere, but there's 1 book that I've, like, you know, sat in front of my TBR shelves. And it's the 2nd book in a series that I haven't read the first of. So I'm a little concerned as to what Jay's picked out.
Okay, I didn't think I'd done that.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah, we are.
So, yeah. Do you want to do it in any particular order? Have you got any in mind?
Let's do the readathon ones first.
The readathon ones first?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to tell you what prompt and then you find the book out? Or yeah? Hello. Editing over here. I'm putting all of Jay's footage that he took in right here. He did it very like vlog, telling you my thoughts style. So yeah, you're gonna see I think all of the books in this little next bit here, and this is just Jay's thought process of picking out the books.
I'm looking for books to do with fire, and also books that have blood either on the cover or in them. So like all of these are very blood based. I don't know which one is like the next one in the series for it to read. I did spot this one earlier actually for fire. That might be a good shout. So I'll get it out and leave it there just for now. I can't do this with one hand. I thought this might be a good shout for just one of the 4 random ones. I'm going to pop it to the side as well. Might not work fully, but I'm going to go for this one for blood because it has the word here it's on the back, and that is blood. The one that I wanted for morally grey character I can't actually find, but there's another one that Goodreads says is a morally grey character, which has apparently been on a TBR multiple times, but why not again? I'm gonna go for this one. So we've got morally grey character, fire, blood, one random. I'm gonna go on Goodreads and have a look for the page count one, and come back. I think I'm gonna go for this one. I couldn't get my screen recorder to work, so I'm just looking for 206 to 300 on this page. So this is books that Heather's tagged with owned physical TBR. I couldn't get it to actually show the number of pages on this list, so I've just opened a few that looked interesting, and this one is between those numbers. It's 259, so that fits. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go for this one, to be fair. Found it. I've been looking from like this angle, but if you come down a bit, there it is. And while I was grabbing that, I actually spotted this one. I think I might have bought this for her, but I remember she was very, very excited about this when we bought it. So I think that might be a decent option for one of the random ones. 6 of 8. So I'm going to have another look just around. I'll pick 2 more and then this section will be done. I've just noticed that this is tabbed as if she's already started reading it, so I don't know what it's doing on this shelf. Maybe she DNF'd it, but I'd have thought it would go into a different place. So I'm really not sure. I'll put this to one side and I'll actually pick an extra one. But yeah, I picked up this one. I think this would be a good option for the random one. And then I'd actually thinking of this one, because these books are really cool. Just a very short introduction to globalization. So yeah, I think that'll be cool. So I'm going to pick one more in case there's a reason that this can't be on it. I'm going for this one as a backup for if this one is for some reason can't be on a TBR. And I'm going to put this back because the one that I was originally wanting for morally great character, I've just spotted it. It's this one. So I think I'll actually have that one as the morally grey character one. So we're finished. We've got morally grey character, fire, blood, and then oh yeah, the between something and something pages. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 4 randoms. I'm going to go for this one. If that can't be, then I'll have that one. So yeah, done.
Okay, so the first prompt that Jay had to fulfil was a book between 206 and 300 pages.
It was indeed. I'm
going to close my eyes and you can get the book out.
So 206 to 300 pages. Annoyingly, the Goodreads, when you're looking at your tagged things that are on your TBR, wouldn't show me the number of pages. So I just opened a few that looked decent, and this one was in that range.
Okay.
You may open your eyes.
Okay, I expected you to be holding it. That is sourdough, the book Jay's been talking about. Maybe hold them from now on.
Yeah, I
yeah, I thought this might be on. This isn't the book I thought I'd seen missing. Jay came down to me earlier and went,
oh, yeah.
Is sourdough definitely on your TBR shelves? And I was like, it should be. He's like, okay. So I thought there's a good chance you might end up picking this. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. I don't know, like, I don't read much contemporary.
Yeah.
So it's not one that I always like gravitate towards, but because of how cool like the spine and the cover is, I have been tempted by this quite a few times. So yeah, is the only reason you chose this because of the page count, or is there more to it?
When I saw it in the list, I remembered you telling me about it, and I remembered you being excited about it, and I remember it sounding quite cute and interesting. So
do you remember why?
It's about a software developer who gets burnt out at work and opens a bread shop. I think. Is it?
Kind of, like, same vibe. So it's a software engineer, and the baker leaves the sourdough starter with them whilst they need to go away and do some stuff.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's close enough.
But yeah, basically it sounds like we've got this software engineer. She codes all day and collapses at night. Her human contact is limited to 2 brothers who run a neighbourhood hole in the wall takeaway. At some point the brothers have to close up shop and Lois gets left with the sourdough starter. So yeah, I'm really intrigued. I think it'll be a fun one, and I think it'll be fun to read, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I've just realised something.
Go on.
The fire involved, I thought it was the same for blood. I didn't realise it was the blood had to be on the title and the cover.
Okay.
So.
Well, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Okay. And then the next prompt was fire involved.
Yeah.
So, fire involved.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah?
You may open your eyes. We were talking about Stephen King recently, and you said that you haven't really read many of his books.
Any?
Oh, any?
Yeah.
Well,
so this is where I'm starting, is it?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. This is Firestarter by Stephen King. I know nothing about it. I know it's one of the first ones I know, because this book only has a few Stephen Kings at the start, and obviously he's got a lot out now. But yeah, I really don't know anything about this. It's a Stephen King book. It's going to be horror. It's going to be scary. And yeah, I mean, it definitely fulfills the prompt. Yeah, I don't have anything to say because I don't know anything about it, but it looks spooky. Have you noticed what one of the fun things about old Stephen King books are, or just like old books are? The entire back is dedicated to a large picture of the author.
Okay, I don't think I realised that was Stephen King, to be honest.
Yeah, like now on the back you get your synopses or something.
Yeah.
No.
Also, it used to be the case that all books would have a big photo of the author on the back.
I think a large majority.
Oh, that is weird, isn't it?
I have nothing to say, but it fulfills the prompt, and I'll give it a go. There's only one way to find out if I like it.
Yeah.
So we'll find out if I like it. Okay, so the next one, which Jay's already hinted that he's done wrong, is blood in the title / cover.
Got your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Brill. So, don't open your eyes yet. This is one that I know that you've been really excited to read.
Okay.
In fact, I thought you'd read it, but there's no tabs in it, so you haven't. And it was on the shelf, and I thought I was being clever. Open your eyes.
Well, does it have blood on the title?
Open your eyes. Okay. I thought it was to do with blood, and obviously, like, the pain, like one of the pain that it's talking about is like period, and it says period on the back. So I thought, oh, that's obviously blood. So I thought I was being clever, but it says blood in the title or the cover, and like, so I don't really, I think it's, what do you think?
Well, let's have a look. How about this? I'll keep it on my TBR.
Okay.
I do really want to read it, but I think you need to have a quick look at my bookshelves and pick one out that actually like has blood.
Yeah.
No, I'll keep it on my TBR. Right. You don't need to get rid of it. So yeah, I am really. You look, I'll talk. I'm really excited about this. It's non-fiction, and it's basically all about like women and bodies and how, kind of like pain and suffering is looked at when it comes to women differently to men. The author of the book has endometriosis, and basically like even though she's had it for like 14 years, like nothing's changed and nothing new. And yeah, it just talks a lot about how for women it's kind of just expected that you're in pain. And yeah, I'm really intrigued and really want to know more.
This series here,
yeah,
is that a series that you've already started?
Yeah.
What's the next one for you to read?
Book 12.
How do you see the numbers on there?
15, 14, 13, 12.
Okay. That's blood on the cover.
That is blood on the cover. The vampire series, so it makes sense. Okay, so Jay's picked book 12 in the Morganville Vampire series. This is a series that I'm still reading and like just continually wanting to finish.
When did you read the last one?
I'm still halfway through book 11.
Are you enjoying it?
I am, yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good then.
And yeah, it does have blood on it. So this is what we're going to go with. Obviously I can't say a lot about this book because that would be spoilers. But at the very start of this series, book 1, we've got Claire Danvers. Yeah, Claire Danvers. She is a college student at Morganville. I think it's like called Texas University or something. But it's in Morganville. And she essentially can't live in the dorms anymore. She has to go and find somewhere else to live. And she moves in with 3 roommates and very quickly discovers that vampires are real and they rule the town. And it goes from there. and it's really good, and I really love it, and it's a little bit cheesy, and it's definitely very YA, but it's a great time, and I really want to see how this series ends. So that is that. Okay, and then the final prompt that you have to fulfill.
Yeah.
Morally grey character.
Yeah.
I sent Jay a link to like a Goodreads list where it had a list of books that all had morally grey characters. So you've picked a book off that list, I'm assuming?
I have.
Lovely.
And I was going to choose Gone Girl, but I haven't, and you're happy about that, aren't you?
Yeah, I was very happy that Gone Girl was still on the shelf when I came back up.
So I'd spotted this one, and I thought that was good. I couldn't find it on your list, on your bookshelf, but then I did find it, so I swapped it out. Open your eyes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, it works.
Yeah? Have you read it before? Did you read it in school?
I haven't read it before, no.
I read it in school.
Oh, you've read it? Okay, that's cool. It makes me a little bit more excited. Is it easy enough to read?
I mean, I managed it when I was
okay.
in like year 10.
Yeah, it's a classic. I haven't done very well with my classic reading this year. But yeah, I'm intrigued. So this is obviously Frankenstein. I know very little about it, which is quite shocking because like it is a classic. Like I know the very basics of it, but yeah, we're gonna meet Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster. I think that's pretty much all I know.
Yeah, that's all I can remember.
Well, there we go then. So yeah, intrigued, excited. Obviously Mary Shelley wrote this when she was incredibly young, and there is a non-fiction book that has been on my radar for a long time that I don't own yet. But turns out that non-fiction book that I'm interested in, which is like a very feminist book for its time, it's called like Prejudice, The Prejudice of Women or something. I don't know, I'll show an image on the screen. It's written by Mary Shelley's mom, so there you go.
That's
just in
interesting.
case you wanted to know that too. Oh, and it has been on a TBR before because
Nice.
I've just found another tab.
Cool.
Okay, lovely.
Are you ready for the... Are we doing 4 randoms or 3 randoms because of the...
Well, have you picked 4 of the books out?
I've actually picked 5. I've got 4 and a backup in case the one of them is...
Why don't you show them to me?
Brill. Close your eyes. Open your eyes.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
So, it's already tabbed, which made me think that you've already started it. But...
It's short stories.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
That makes
No.
sense.
Where have I tabbed it? Yes, it is short stories, so I've essentially also stuck like sticky notes on, so
Right.
I can write my rating of each individual short story.
So are you happy for this to go on your August TBR?
Oh yes, definitely. I really want to read this.
Great. Cool.
It's been on a few TBRs and I just haven't managed to get to it. It's very weird. Like I've started the first story and it was just so weird. So yeah, I'm very intrigued by it.
Cool.
The Danger of Smoking in Bed is, I believe, the first of Marina Enriquez's like books to be translated to English. Like it's not the first book they wrote, but I believe it was the first one that was translated. I do believe that their debut book has now been translated, but it was not the first. But yeah, this is one that I own. It sounds weird, it sounds spooky, it sounds like a lot of stuff's going to go on. It's a load of short stories. A city thrums with murderous intentions, family betrayals and morbid desires in this masterpiece of contemporary Gothic. Welcome to Buenos Aires, a place of nightmares and twisted imaginings, where missing children come back from the dead and unearthed bones carry terrible curses. These brilliant, unsettling tales of revenge, witchcraft, fetishes, disappearances and urban madness spill over with women and girls whose dark inclinations will lead them over the edge. Sounds spooky, sounds fun. Definitely want to give it a read.
So I don't really know a lot about this, but I do know that it's like, is critically acclaimed the right like word for like a book? Open your eyes.
Okay, yes, I know what you mean. I don't know if that's the right... Well, it says the most influential book of strategy in the world at the top.
It does say that.
So, yeah. So this is The Art of War.
Is it something that you, like, I thought it's the kind of thing that you wouldn't pick yourself, but it's so short, it feels...
Yeah, so like I definitely want to get round to it. I don't know if I actually care about like what's in the book. Like I don't know if I'm going to find like the actual content of the book interesting. But there's so many people and so many like big, massive, like influential people and like so many like politicians and like business people who like swear by this book. And I feel like it's going to be really interesting to kind of figure out, well, why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like it's a very short book, but I do think I'll be like reading it for like a while, because it is the sort of book that you're gonna like, at least going into it, like I don't feel like I'm analysing it for what it is. I feel like I'm analysing it for why do other people like this so much.
Okay, yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I do really want to read this. Like, honestly, I don't think it's going to be my vibe.
Yeah.
But even though I think that, like, obviously I've brought it and, like, I want to get right into it. So, yeah, intrigued.
Bro, cool.
Cool. The reason I'm not too bothered about the fact that I'm pretty sure you've got 5, well, you've got 5, even though you meant to have 4, is I'm pretty sure that the one of them is a second book in the series because that hasn't come up yet. So that's why I'm a bit like, I'll probably have to veto that one.
Fair enough.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so this one, you can open your eyes. A very short introduction to globalisation.
Yes.
I just think these very short introduction books seem really good.
Oh yeah, like, I want so many of them.
Yeah.
They're really, like,
so I just thought, you know, obviously they're easy to read, they're quite short. You've got the philosophy of science that you started reading before COVID and then never finished.
It was my buzz book, wasn't it? Yeah. And then I wasn't getting the buzz anymore. Yeah. We were just stuck in the house.
Yeah, are you happy with this?
Yeah, I am. I'm intrigued by it. I, again, don't know too much about it or like how it's written, because each one of these is written by like different people who are kind of like more experts in the exact field. So that is my only worry going into these, is like, am I going to vibe well with the writing style? Like, is it going to be easily digestible? But yeah, I'm intrigued. I want to know more. Obviously, globalisation has become the buzzword of our time, a term that describes a variety of changing economic, political, cultural, ideological, environmental and technological processes that are transforming our experience of the world. The third edition of this very short introduction provides an accessible exploration of both the causes and effects of globalisation. So yeah, very intrigued. Definitely like want to read this. Slightly concerned about how much non-fiction Jay's been putting on my TBRs, and maybe get through one a month when there's already 3, but that's that.
Right, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
You can leave your eyes open.
I can leave them open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that alright?
This isn't the book that I thought you picked up because it was second in a series.
Well, there is one more under the towel.
Okay, I didn't know you picked this one up, but this is like 4th or 5th in a series.
Oh, I thought you could read them all standalone.
Oh, but I've got the right order written down. Yeah, basically, I want to read A Study in Scarlet first.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, bro. Yeah, that's fine. I'm more than happy to. I only picked this one up because I just thought Sherlock Holmes is good and it's good to read.
Yeah, so Jay's agreed to swap this out.
Yeah.
Basically, this is one that you're meant to read first if you are going to read them in the order. So, I don't know what order I've actually got written down for them. I think it's publication order, because I know that they could jump around quite a lot in time. But yeah, I mean, I want to get into Sherlock. I want to see whether I like it. So yeah, very intrigued by this. Very happy with this pick, even though it wasn't exactly.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Pick. But you said you picked it because of like it being Sherlock.
Yeah, I mean, the Hounds of Baskerville, I really enjoyed the like BBC adaptation of that.
Oh, okay, fair.
But yeah, I mean,
well, maybe I can read this one in August, and you can read that one and tell me what you think.
I'm already too busy with my books. Honestly, I don't even remember why I picked this up. I think I just needed a backup for the dangers of smoking in bed, and just this sounded cute. So you can open your eyes if it turns out.
Is it a second book in a series?
I don't know how I would know.
Does the front of it say something like a Lady Hardcastle novel?
It says mystery instead of novel, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. And this is the second book in a series.
Sorry, I didn't realise. It looked standalone. I didn't realise.
No, it's quite a big series.
And you've not read the first one?
No.
Okay. And do you want to swap it for the first one, or do you want to leave this as it is?
Well, I don't own the first one yet.
Well, that's fine. We'll just pop this away.
Okay. I mean, you can pick another book if you want.
No, I think there's plenty there.
There's plenty there.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting selection.
Yeah, that's why I picked it.
It's not a very me selection. There is...
They're your books.
Okay, but I read... So, from what Jay's picked, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books we've ended up with. There's 1 fantasy. Most of my reading is normally like 80 to 90% fantasy. So I'm a little concerned. But I'll definitely try my best to at least get through some of these. Like, I would really like to get to them. Like, these are all books that I do genuinely want to read. I just don't know if I would have selected them all together.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's Jay's part of this. Thank you for picking them.
You're welcome.
You may be excused if you wish to be.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously Jay's picked out a lot of books here, and there are definitely some that will fulfil the prompts for different readathons and stuff, but I'm going to go through and kind of make sure we're all set. So let's first of all talk about the full moon readathon. This is a readathon that has prompts both to do with reading and to do with like things to actually do as well. I'll put the prompts up on the screen as I'm talking about them, and obviously the announcement videos for both readathons will be linked down below. So for the full moon readathon, we first of all have a skeleton. Jay picked out sourdough to complete the between 206 and 300 pages prompt. This obviously will fill that prompt, and I'm sure many of the others here will as well. Not worried about that. For the skeleton, the other book prompt is to read a hardback, and none of these books are actually hardbacks. So I guess first of all I should pick a hardback out. I think I'm going to go with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is one that I'm really excited for, really want to read. And obviously because of the books that Jay's already picked, I am kind of focusing on mainly fantasy based books now. And yeah, I just think this will be a really good one to read. I can't believe I haven't read it yet, so it's about time to give it a go. If you haven't heard of this one, it's essentially Addie LaRue makes a deal with the devil, I think it is, or something like that, where like she can live forever, but it kind of backfires in that no one remembers her, and then one day someone she meets remembers her, and it goes from there. That's all I know. That's all I want to know to go into it. So there we go. Then for the pumpkin, we've got a nostalgic spooky book and someone else picked. So obviously any of the books that Jay picked for me this month weren't for someone else picked. Like, don't need to worry about that. Nostalgic spooky book. I don't know if I have one of these, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, actually, I know what I can go for. Ah, here it is. So, I'm hoping this will work. There is a film based off this book. This is The Day of the Triffids. I'm positive that I saw this film many, many times when I was younger. Like, horror films and like films like that were constantly on in the house. And I don't remember too much of it. I just remember like the odd little scene. But I've never read the book. So this is like nostalgic because of the content, but it's also new because of the book. So this is what I'm going to pick for that. I remember very little about it except for like the odd scene of like being in these greenhouses with loads of plants. So take that what you will. The very short part of this synopsis says, "The sky is simply full of shooting stars," she said. "All bright green, everybody's out watching them, and sometimes it's almost as bright as day, only all the wrong colour. It's a marvellous sight. It's such a pity you can't see it, isn't it?" Intrigued? Don't really know what to expect, but it will fulfil the prompt. And then for the vampire, Jay picked one with blood on the cover. And then favourite supernatural creature, I honestly don't know. I'm thinking, the problem is a lot of these books, I don't know exactly what is in them. Oh, actually, I feel like witch might work. I mean, the last few books that have like got extremely high ratings from me have been like witchy books, so I feel like let's go witch. Yeah, as you can see, I don't really care like specifically about creatures. I feel like it does depend on how the book's written. So favourite supernatural creature, it could be a different one each day, but I'm gonna go witch. Does that work? Is a witch a creature? I don't know. This is what we're going for right now. And that is Mooncakes. The reason why this one is a nice one is because it is a graphic novel. So hopefully it'll be a nice, quick, easy one to read. And this is also like a 5-star prediction. I expect to absolutely love this. I don't know much about it except for this character here works in her grandma's bookshop. One day meets this character here that she knows from childhood and is like a werewolf, I think. And they have to like stop an evil together. So yeah, very happy, very intrigued, definitely want to give this a read. And then we have like the devil, fire involved and morally grey character. Jay picked both of those, so we are actually sorted. The 4 other prompts that I haven't spoken about for the full moon readathon are prompts that like require you can do something. I will probably be making a vlog of me reading all these books, so in that vlog I'll do the other things that are necessary as well. All the others seem quite easy, like read past bedtime, red drink / mug, favourite graphic tee. The only one I'm slightly worried about is to get or make something pumpkin flavoured, because like in the UK, like we literally get that for like maybe 4 weeks around October time. So I think I'll probably have to make something, and I don't even know where to get pumpkin flavouring. Maybe I'll just have to order it online. I don't know, but that's the only one that's slightly concerning. But yeah, that is the Full Moon Readathon TBR sorted. So then the other readathon I'm taking part in this month is the Orilium Autumn Readathon. The reason I'm not too worried about this at all is because I decided in the spring to be a herbologist, and therefore I only actually need to read 4 books to complete the autumn round. I need a O and a Q in both alchemy and restoration. So in alchemy, O is stone to copper, and that's first in a series. Now I don't know if a studying scholar actually counts as a first in a series, because you don't have to read it in that order, so I'm not going to risk it just in case it isn't. Let's quickly pick out the first book in a series. The Raven Boys. I've been wanting to give this a go for a while, and I've heard it's a really quick read. And yeah, I think it's a series that I could really like, and I am trying to get through any of my YA books that are here. I'm trying to get through them a bit quicker, because I do feel like I am falling out of love with the age category. So yeah, I think we'll give the Raven Boys a go for first in the series. And then Q in alchemy is copper to silver, and that is continue a series. There are books here that are continue a series. We have, oh, is it just, okay, so this one here, Black Dawn, is book 12 in a series, so we'll be continuing it. That one is already done within the books we already have. And then restoration, I also need an O and a Q. So O is induce sleep, and that is to start a book before bed. So that can be any of these. I'm not going to worry about picking a specific book. Honestly, it might end up being Mooncakes, because then I can just read it all before bed. So that's what I might do with that one. And then Q is relocating pain. Read a book in a different spot each time you pick it up. Okay, yeah, so that one I can do with literally any of the books here as well. So my TBR for August is all of these here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in total. Hopefully I've spoken up about each of them. I don't really have much to say, except for it's a lot of books. I honestly can't see myself getting to all of them, but we're going to give it our best shot. So yeah, I have no plans for August, no reading plans except for what's in front of me, because I have decided I'm going to be reading the book club book for August and September in September, because I feel that'll be enough time for me. So yeah, that's everything. I don't have anything else to add. I hope you enjoyed the video. Both the readathons will be linked down below. Those are the books I'm reading. Let me know your recommendations, or if you've read any of these and think I like them or not like them or anything like that, do let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for now. Do give the video a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!